What happens when either party does not follow a family court order in New York State in a contested divorce case?
The key thing is it's not necessarily a family court order in a contested divorce case. So I'll kind of parse out a clarification from that question. So if it's a family court order that was entered before the contested divorce case, because contested divorce cases are conducted in Supreme Court in New York. So if you first have a family court order and then you have a contested divorce case, that means the family court case is consolidated or joined into the Supreme Court case and made a part of the eventual divorce judgment. And then the enforcement works the same way because you now have two court orders that became one. On the flip side, if you have a divorce judgment, you can then follow up by having an enforcement or modification case in family court, and then it runs the same track. In other words, somebody violated that family court order that was entered after the finalization of the divorce case. You can then enforce that family court order in family court or in Supreme Court. So it really depends on what issue. Now, that said, if the issue that the violation is the subject of is purely monetary, then you're probably better off just filing an enforcement of child support or enforcement of spousal support application in family court. On the flip side, if it's purely an issue of custody and visitation and no other issue is being alleged to have violated, then likewise, file your application in family court. Now, that said, if it's intertwined issues, so in other words, you have both a custody visitation issue as well as a child support issue or other financial issue, then you're better off filing in Supreme Court, because in that instance, you'll have one judge making one determination over all of the issues coming up in the case, whereas if you go to family court, one judge is going to decide the enforcement of child support, another judge is going to decide the issue of custody and visitation. You're going to be having to hire an attorney to represent you on two different cases, held at two different times and in front of two different judges. And if the issues are intertwined, you may want one judge to be aware of what's going on the financial issues and vice versa. So that's my take on that.